Good morning, students. Please open page number 16 of your history textbook, chapter number 4, Maharashtra before the times of Shivaji Maharaj. Before continuing with the explanation of the remaining part of the chapter, let us first summarize the chapter in a few seconds. At the beginning of the 17th century CE, most of the territory in Maharashtra was under the control of Nizam Shah of Ahmednagar and Adil Shah of Bijapur. The objectives of the Mughals was to expand their power in south. Different people from Europe were identified on the basis of their customary headgear and they were called as Topkar. Many villages together formed a paragana. The headquarters of the paragana was called as Kasbah. Another name for a village was Mauja. The chief of the village was Patil. Examples of Kasbah are Indapur Kasbah of Indapur Pargana, Vai Kasbah of Vai Pargana. The main occupation of the people was agriculture. The Sheth and the Mahajans were the Vatandars of the Peth. Peth means market. The Mahajans maintained the accounts of the Peth. The Vatandar officers of this Peth were the Deshmukh and Deshpande. The peasants gave a share of the agricultural produce to the artisans. This share was called as Baluta. The Vatandar officers acted as a link between the people and the government. Sometimes these officers misused their powers and harassed the people. A great famine occurred in Maharashtra in 1630 AD. In Maharashtra, the tradition of sons begins with Sant Dhyaneshwar and Sant Namdev. Besides this, there were the women sons who came forward to inspire the masses. They were the Sant Muktabai, Sant Janabai, Sant Nirmalabai, and Sant Sohrabai. Now let us continue with the remaining part of the chapter. Page number 16, Sant Namdev. Sant Namdev was a great sant of the Varkari movement. He was a skilled organizer. He performed excellent kirtans as well. He awakened a sense of equality in the men and women belonging to all castes through the mediums of kirtans. So, through his kirtans, he tried to inculcate the sense of equality in the men and women belonging to all castes. He said there is no differentiation between men and women. Men and women are equal and irrespective of their caste. His pledge was Nachu Kirtanache Rangi Gyan Deep Lau Jagi. His Abhanga compositions are well known. So he was very much famous for his Abhangas. Many sons as well as common people were influenced by his teachings. He went up to Punjab propagating his thoughts. So he spread his thoughts up to Punjab. His compositions are included in the Guru Granth Sahib of Sikhs. So even the sixth holy book Guru Granth Sahib includes his teachings. He propagated the message of Bhagavad religion in all quarters. He built a memorial to Sant Chokha Mela at Pandarpur. So in the memory of Sant Chokha Mela, he built a memorial. Memorial can be a statue. His work is unforgettable. So he has greatly contributed to inspire the masses. Second one is Sant Dhyaneshwar. He was a great sant. Excuse me. He was a great sant in the Varkari movement. He wrote the Bhavartha Deepika or Dhyaneshwari, which elucidates the meaning of the Sanskrit Bhagavad Gita. So, in his book Bhavartha Deepika or Dhyaneshwari, he has explained the meaning of the Bhagavad Gita in simple way so that the people can understand it easily. He also composed the Amrutanubhav. He preached the importance of the devotion, of the path of devotion through his works and compositions. He showed a simple way of worship and conduct which the common people could follow easily. So, in his books, in his compositions, he has showed a very simple way of worship for the people to follow. He gave the prestige of a religion to the Varkari movement. Though his life was spent in extremely adverse circumstances, he never lost the calm of his mind and never harbored bitterness. So, in his life, he had faced many adverse circumstances, many severe circumstances, many hurdles, but still he never lost the calm of his mind. He always remained at peace. He never fought with others and he never harbored bitterness, means he never developed in him the feeling of hatredness. His Pasayadan in Dhyaneshwari uplifts the mind. The poetic composition of his brothers Sant Nivruttinath and Sant Sopandev and sister Muktabai are well known. So even his brother Sant Nivruttinath and Sant Sopandev and sister Muktabai also contributed greatly to inspire the masses in the Varkari movement. Next is Sant Eknath. Sant Eknath was a great sant of the Bhakti movement in Maharashtra. Till now, we had studied about Sant Namdev and Sant Dhyaneshwar, who were a part of the Varkari movement. Now we have Sant Eknath. He was the part of Bhakti movement in Maharashtra. His compositions are many and diverse. Diverse means it has great variety. They include Abhanga, Gavalana, Bharud, etc. He has stated Bhagavad Dharma in detail and in a simple manner. He has portrayed people's life in Bhavat Ramayana through the story of Ram. So he has portrayed means he has showed, he has depicted the life of the people through the story of Ram in his composition of Bhavat Ramayana. He explained in Marathi the Bhakti part of the Sanskrit work Bhagavad. His Abhanga shows the warmth of devotion. He demonstrated through his own conduct that there is no need to renounce worldly matters for attaining the highest truth. So, through his teaching, he made it very much clear that there is no need to renounce, means to give up worldly matters in order to attain the highest level of enlightenment. Parmarth, he was a teacher of the people in the true sense of the term. He believed that our Marathi language was inferior to no other language. So he gave great importance to the propagation of Marathi language. He asked the Sanskrit scholars forcefully, संस्कृत वाणी देवे केली तरी प्राकृत काय चोरापासून झाली. He heavily criticized those who hated other religions. So according to him, all religions were equal. There was no discrimination on the basis of religion, and he heavily opposed those who hated other religions. Sant Tukaram. Sant Tukaram belonged to Dehu near Pune. His compositions of Abhangas are very pleasing and lucid. Lucid means they are very simple and easy to understand, reaching the greatest poetic heights. His Gatha is a precious treasure of the Marathi language. So his Gatha is of great value, is having great value. It's like a treasure of the Marathi language. He asks us to find God by showing love to the unhappy and the tormented in the following lines. So, in his compositions, he is telling us that you should show your devotion to God by showing love to the unhappy people and the tormented people who are suffering a lot in the following lines. जे का रंजले गांजले त्यासी म्हणे जो आपुले तोची साधू ओळखावा देव तेथी जाणावा. With this viewpoint, he threw in the river Indrayani the documents of the loans that people had borrowed from him and freed many poor families from the bonds of loan. Now, he belonged to a rich family, and earlier he had given loans to the people, to many poor people, and in order to free the people from suffering, what did he do? He threw all the documents of the loans that people had borrowed from him into the river and made people free from the bonds of the loan. He tried to reduce the sufferings of the people. He criticized the hypocrisy and the superstition in the society in very strong terms. Superstitions means the blind beliefs that existed in the society. And hypocrisy means behavior in which a person pretends to have higher standards than is the case. So he severely criticized the hypocrisy and the superstitions that existed in the society. He stressed that devotion should be coupled with morality. His teachings can be summed up as Jodo niya dhan uttam vyavare, udas vichare vech kari. Some dogmatic people opposed the social awakening that he had undertaken and sank his abhangas in the Indrayani. Sant Tukaram faced the opposition with noble courage. So there were some dogmatic people in the society. Dogmatic means firm people who are firm on their own beliefs, on their own opinions. They neglected other people's opinions, other people's viewpoint. They were not willing to accept other people's viewpoint. So such types of dogmatic people oppose the social awakening that was created by Sant Tukaram. And what did they do in opposition? They took his abhangas and threw them in the river Indrayani. Sant Tukaram faced the opposition with noble courage. But still, Sant Tukaram wasn't demoralized, he wasn't demotivated, and he faced this opposition with great courage. Sant Tukaram's disciples and associates were of different caste and creed. They include Nauji Mali, Gavnar Shetwani, Santaji Jagnade, Shiva Kasar, Bainabhai Surkar, and Mahatji Pant Kulkarni. So they are the disciples of Sant Tukaram. They were belonging to different castes and creeds. An important task completed by Gangaram Pant Mawal and Santaji Jagnade was writing down the abhangas of Sant Tukaram. So this Gangaram Pant Mawal and Santaji Jagnade, what task did they complete? They did the task of writing down the abhangas of Sant Tukaram. Work of sons. Sant gave the message of equality to people. They taught humanity. They preached that people should live together in harmony, unity, and love. So, what was the main teachings of the sons? To live in unity with brotherhood and fraternity, in harmony with each other, and to show humanity towards people, irrespective of their caste, creed, religion, or sex. Their work resulted in social awakening. They taught how to live in the face of foreign invasions, drought like situations, or any other natural calamities. So they, through their teachings, they motivated the people to live in times of foreign invasions, in drought like situations, or any other type of natural calamities. Their teachings proved to be a big support for the people. Their work created self confidence among the people of Maharashtra. There was a deterioration of ethics and religions in the society. So there was a destruction of ethics and religions in the society. People became more broad minded. They began to live in unity and brotherhood with others, irrespective of their caste, creed, religion, and sex. At such a time, the sons came forward to protect the society. They taught the true meaning of religion. They showed the path of devotion by living amongst the people and sharing their joys and sorrows. Some orthodox and dogmatic people opposed them, but the sons believed that facing the opposition was a part of their duty. Sant Tukaram has explained the mark of a true sant in these words. Tuka mane tochi sant sosi jagache aghat. We will continue with the remaining part of the chapter in our next video. Till then, read the explained part of the chapter twice. Thank you.